Folks, the last 72 hours have been absolutely insane. The interstellar comet 3I Atlas, this mysterious visitor from beyond our solar system, has just exhibited the largest set of anomalies ever recorded in an object from another star system. And today, seriously, stay with me until the end, because we have some truly mind-blowing content that might change how we view our universe. New images from four countries, independent footage, showing impossible patterns that simply don't make sense. The United Nations has activated a formal planetary defense protocol, using 3I Atlas as the case study, analysis from Ovlob, a Harvard professor, and even reports of a possible precision maneuver near Jupiter. But the scariest part, it's not just the behavior of the comet, it's the fact that everything we thought we knew about comets is being challenged in ways we never expected. None of this was supposed to happen. Symmetry, growing halo, absurd stability, strange trajectory. This comet is throwing every textbook out the window. So, turn off the lights, grab your drink, because this might be the most important video on 3I Atlas so far. Over the past 72 hours, four independent observatories in four different countries have registered new footage of 3I Atlas, and they all showed the same thing. This thing isn't breaking apart. The core is too perfect. The typical pattern for an object like this would be fragmentation, irregular behavior, or even an explosive disintegration. But instead, it's doing the exact opposite. Let's break it down, country by country. In Spain, in the Extremadura region, on November 22nd, an astronomer registered 3I Atlas in a perfect long exposure. The result was surprising. The core was completely symmetrical, no signs of fragmentation and no irregular glow. It looked like a mathematically perfect circle crossing the sky. Astronomers who analyzed the footage said, it's too symmetrical for an interstellar visitor. An object moving at over 60 kilometers per second, colliding with solar dust, solar wind, radiation, and still remaining untouched. That's strange. Very strange. Comets are known to interact with solar radiation and particles, but 3I Atlas seems almost immune to these effects. Something's not adding up. In Thailand, at Haeang Observatory, a comet formed a perfect ring. The sky in Southeast Asia is usually challenging. High humidity, heat, fast-moving clouds, and an unstable atmosphere. Yet Haeang, a small community passionate about astronomy, managed to capture one of the most fascinating details of 3I Atlas. The core forms an almost perfect ring under magnification and, moreover, shows concentric layers, almost like expanding shells. This is extremely rare. Comets typically have irregular halos, full of turbulence and noise, but this one looks organized, structured, and controlled. The behavior is so orderly that it almost defies what we know about cometary physics. Two distant countries, 6 time zones apart, two different sets of equipment, and both capturing the same absurd symmetry. Coincidence? Hard to believe. The chance that this is a simple mistake, or a result of different equipment or settings, seems incredibly unlikely. These independent observations reinforce the idea that something far beyond normal is happening with 3I Atlas. In Norway, the comet's tail twisted, literally spiraling as if 3I Atlas is rotating. But here's the crazy part. The tail changes, the halo pulses, but the core stays still, identical to the images from Spain and Thailand. It's like the comet is flexible on the outside but rigid on the inside. Another behavior that doesn't fit the fragile icy object that should be disintegrating in the sun. This raises serious questions. Could the core of 3I Atlas be something far more durable and structurally advanced than we expect? In Virginia, USA, astronomers discovered a tail that grew longer than expected. The skies in Virginia are typically used for capturing objects near the horizon due to their clarity and depth of field. And it was here that something caught significant attention. The tail is too long, too thin, and, most importantly, too well-defined. Ordinary comets have diffuse, unstable tails, full of irregular particles. But here, the tail is so thin and structured that it resembles a beam. It's almost as if the comet is emitting its tail in a controlled manner, as if it's being directed or shaped. Astronomers compared it to atmospheric lasers used in telescopes. Everything aligns. Stable core, growing symmetry, expanding halo, defined tail, spiraling trail, consistent behavior. It's as if 3I Atlas is behaving according to a plan, or some kind of intelligence, rather than as a random comet tumbling through space. 3I Atlas is not a chaotic comet, it's an organized comet. This opens the door to what might be happening next. Could it be that we are observing a cosmic object that is under control, or even being guided by something other than natural forces. Some observatories have recorded a reddish jet coming out of the comet's coma, red, not blue, and not white. Red is a color that could indicate amorphous carbon, dense dust, large particles, unusual ionization, or materials that are atypical for our solar system. This is something we typically associate with comets. Normally, comets have blue or white jets, which is a signature of water vapor and ionized gases. But the appearance of a red jet points to something much more complex. Normally, red jets rarely appear in comets, but 3I Atlas has one, and NASA has ignored it. They have activated the planetary defense protocol. But here comes the part many missed. They confirmed a formal planetary defense protocol, using 3I Atlas as a scenario. Yes, an interstellar object. This has never happened before. Why would they choose this specific comet as their case study? The protocol includes impact calculations, fragmentation predictions, meetings with NASA and ESA, and global risk analysis. They've chosen December 29th as the critical date for simulation. Why? Because that's when the object will be at its most sensitive phase. This could be the moment when the true nature of the object is revealed, or perhaps the moment when humanity faces its most significant space-related challenge. One of the videos that went viral in the United States dubbed it a precision parking maneuver. Why? Because the trajectory of 3I Atlas doesn't resemble a chaotic deviation. It looks like a fine-tuned adjustment, measured, consistent. It's as if something is correcting its path, stabilizing parameters, adjusting the tilt, and aligning the convergence line with Jupiter. And here's the creepy detail. Independent models suggest that the comet might be trying to use Jupiter as a gravitational sling. This is exactly what NASA space probes do to gain speed. It's what Voyager did, what Juno does, and what interplanetary probes have been doing for decades. But the question is, why would the comet do this? Could this be an intentional maneuver, using Jupiter's massive gravity to alter its course or increase its speed? Or is this object following a path that we can't yet fully understand? Some independent astrophysicists claim that the James Webb Space Telescope has detected complex hydrocarbons, prebiotic compounds, unusual thermal signatures, and emissions out of pattern. None of this indicates life, but it points to organic complexity. This is something interstellar comets could have, but in this case, the intensity of the signal has attracted significant attention, and worse, NASA has neither confirmed nor denied it, just keeping complete silence. Could it be that NASA knows more than they're letting on? Are they withholding information, or is this just part of a larger mystery? Ovlob surfaced again, and this time, he raised something bolder. He suggested that if this object is artificial, then Jupiter is the logical destination. An advanced civilization could use its gravity, just like we use it with our probes. And he adds, if 3I Atlas is interested in Jupiter, that's abnormal behavior. Ovlob isn't making claims, he's raising hypotheses. But he reminds us that Oumuamua accelerated without explanation. Borisov had an unusual composition. And now 3I Atlas exhibits absurd mass, absurd symmetry, and an absurd trajectory. None of this fits with the behavior of natural objects we've observed in the past. After all, this the perfect core, the adjusting trajectory, the symmetrical halo, the red jet. The object behaving like no typical comet. There's one inevitable question. What exactly is 3I Atlas? Because so far, it's behaving like anything but a typical comet. If this interstellar object is using Jupiter as a gravity sling, then maybe we're not just observing a comet, we're observing a solution, a piece of a puzzle we haven't fully understood yet.